welcome back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. I just want to take a second. First of all, I'm still getting over my cold, so my throat's still a little bit scratchy, so forgive me. But I just want to take a minute to acknowledge the fact that we hit 50,000 subscribers this last couple of days. And I'm just so excited to reach this milestone, and I'm just so excited to have all of you here with me. I just feel like we're just this army of light that are charging through the world. So thank you so much for being a part of this with me, and thank you so much for subscribing and coming back to the channel. You guys have made a huge impact on my life. I just am so appreciative of you, and I just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being here. And if you have joined us for the very first time here today, please welcome, join us, become a part of this beautiful soul family. I have the best subscribers in the world. I do pick a card readings on this channel, so if you're into tarot, we try to keep this a very positive space. Please pull up a chair, grab yourself a cup of tea and some snacks, and we'll have a little bit of a chat because we're all friends when we gather here. And when I began this channel, I did start the channel with, I always had a cup of tea. I always had a cup of tea sitting here comforting me throughout the channel. And I've had a couple of people ask me why I don't do the tea anymore. And to be honest, just to be vulnerable with all of you, the reason I don't do the tea is because I do have Invisalign braces and I can't drink hot liquids with them in. So that's why I haven't been able to have my tea, but I promise you, as soon as I can get my tea back, I'm going to be drinking tea. So that is the reason why I now have to use my beautiful cups for some of my cards, but I digress. Today's reading, after that big intro, today's reading is about the person on your mind. Do they miss you? Do they still care? What are their current thoughts of you at this very moment? I have 3 piles for you to choose from today. Pile number 1 here with the Zen Garden and this piece of malachite. Pile number 2 with the Yin Yang card and this piece of unrefined coal. Pile number 3 with the Temptress and this piece of blue aragonite, I believe it is. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be a message waiting for you from Spirit. I am going to jump right into pile number 1, and my timestamps are listed below. Again, today's topic is the person on your mind. Do they miss you? Do they still care? And pile 1. Hello everyone. In pile number 1, you were drawn to the piece of green malachite here and to this beautiful Zen Garden card, and it says Inner Sanctuary underneath. And this is your reading. Do they miss you? Do they care? What are their current thoughts of you? So this could be a long-standing no contact situation that you find yourself a part of. And already with the Zen Garden card, it talks about an inner sanctuary. So this is something I feel like you keep to yourself. This desire, this longing, you keep this to yourself. This person, I feel like, does the exact same thing. And you can see in the inside of this card is a beautiful tree, and it's being protected. It's like a seed that was planted. It's something that makes you happy. That makes them happy, I feel like, as well. And it's protecting. It's being protected. Even both of these trees are coming up and touching limbs to protect this very special connection. And I feel like you sometimes second guess it. You wonder if it's all in your mind, or if it's all one-sided, or if it's inventing, or you're inventing it as you go along. But I feel like it's a very mirrored connection here. So you may find that throughout this reading that the way that this person feels about you, that you have very similar feelings as well, and that's a completely normal scenario in connections like this. So let's take a look at the tarot first. Do they miss you? I'm going to use the Herb Crafter's Tarot for you today. Do they miss you? Do they still care? Pile 1. We already have the Haya of Air, the Page of Swords, coming out for your first card. We have the Temperance card, and what's interesting about this one is underneath it says catnip. So this is a demonstration of catnip, and you can even see a cat under here. And I don't know if you've ever given your cat catnip, but they go completely squirrely. They act like they're under the influence of something. I feel like I don't want to say that this person almost gets a high off of it, but because you are the inner sanctuary, this is their safe place. This is their place, their calming place. It's where they find the most healing, is within this connection, potentially. We have the Temperance card. Do they miss you? Do they still care? We have the Nine of Swords. We have the Moon. The Nine of Swords is truly regret, specifically in this deck, and I feel like this energy in and of itself holds a lot of weight with your person's current feelings that is on your mind right now. I feel like the Nine of Swords with this Moon, and the fact that it's coming with the Temperance, is a real example of how this person is in need of healing because of the pain of the separation. And I feel like that is evidence itself that this person is very much still invested in this emotionally, that they do miss you, and things are unjust. It's like, it's not fair. It feels like the way that things went in this connection, for some reason, it doesn't feel like it was fair. And the way that things stand, it doesn't feel very fair. It's like, by all intents and purposes, the two of you should be together for some reason. Like, that's how it feels. We have here the Lovers. Do they miss you? Do they still care? And the Devil. Back of the deck is the Sun. And we're talking about the inner sanctuary. We're talking about a focal point, a focus. This person could even be perhaps keeping a bit of a tab on you with this Page of Swords energy. But we're talking about a focal point. And you can even see that everything's sort of cast in this blue, but around the tree is light. Around the tree is the sun. But the main energy in the center here is this Nine of Swords and this Moon. This suppression. The suppression of their feelings as well. They have to hold all of these feelings to themselves. And it is something that, I don't want to say that it plagues them, but they can't escape it. There's like they're stuck in a blackberry bush. And I don't know if you've ever stepped into a blackberry bush, but it's like it surrounds you. The sheer amount, even the fact that we already have 4 major arcanic themes being played out in this connection, is evidence of the strength of the connection that still exists, despite the fact that I feel like there is a very long period of time here that the two of you have not seen each other. It still exists here. There is a lot of worry around past decisions. Do they miss you? Do they still care? The Nine of Cups. Oh. The King of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. The Page of Pentacles. They wish they could turn back time and do things completely differently with you. The Seven of Pentacles. Back of the deck is the High Priestess. And we also have the Eight of Swords. The High Priestess is all about the knowledge and the wisdom that we gain and we carry with us. All of the insights and the epiphanies that this person has had throughout the separation. And it has resulted in them very much feeling almost addicted to the energy, and it's a very strong sense of longing and regret. They spend a lot of time thinking about you. And they spend a lot of time going over the events a lot in their mind. And it almost feels like they have like a completely different version of the events planned if they could ever go back and do it again. It's like they know exactly what they would say, what they would do differently if they could go back in time, because they've worked this out. Almost it feels like in the dream world with the Moon card here. It feels like they've worked it out, you know, in a different sort of realm. They dream of you. And it's there's such it's not even, doesn't even feel like impatience with the Seven of Pentacles. It doesn't feel like impatience. It feels like a surrender to how it is. It's like a surrender to how it is, because the Temperance card is showcasing patience. It's a surrender to how it is. But you are definitely missed. The Nine of Cups is talking about someone who I am keenly focused on as almost a goal. But there's one thing missing. It's like it's so close yet so far away, and it's like they can't quite get to you. There are obstacles. And it could even be another person, potentially. Take that as it resonates to your situation, because we do have this sense of restriction, of feeling physically trapped and unable to walk through, a gateway of realization, because they've had the epiphany. They've already figured out who you are to them. But now they have obstacles in the way, a foundation perhaps that they've built that may not be very sturdy or emotionally fulfilling, but it's a foundation that they are part of. And so they're feeling stuck and unable to sort of express themselves to you, because they do long for new starts with the Judgment card. But again, this is all something that they have to suppress as well. So this person definitely keeps you in a special place. And they hold out hope that despite the position that they hold right now, despite the obstacles in the way, if they're patient, if they're holding out hope that there's a reason why all of this is happening. They're trying to maintain that sun. The sun energy we saw earlier is the optimism. They're trying to maintain that amidst this, because they don't feel like they have any other option other than to maintain optimism. And they're trying to be flexible with this, because it's such an uncomfortable feeling to stay in. The Nine of Swords with the Moon. This person could definitely be an earth sign, but take that as, there's also Gemini energy very strong here, but Capricorn is a very strong theme here at this moment. How do they feel right now for pile number 1, please? Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Sometimes I see this card and I think of present day connections, though. Not just family issues that were in the past, but present day family connections at this moment, which could resonate with the entrapment that they feel at this moment, especially with the King of Pentacles, because that's the reason why he's being patient. So please take that as it resonates to your situation. How are they feeling right this moment? Do they still care? Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And I feel like that adds to this message of longevity here. It's like you have evolved, they have changed. They want to feed that curiosity of who you have evolved to and who you have become. And they want you to get to know who they are at this point of time. Which again is why they have this plan, this flexibility when it comes to the opportunity if it ever comes back around. I'm sorry about my throat. I know it sounds terrible. This throat seems to be continuing to stay blocked for now. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. And that's exactly what they're saying. I would not waste another opportunity if it were to come about again. What are their current thoughts for pile 1, please? What are their current thoughts and feelings for pile 1? We have Abracadabra, the Rose Garden, and Protective Nest. Back of the deck is the White Rose of Hope. And this comes from the Oracle of Mystical Moments. And the back of the deck with the White Rose of Hope talks about that never-ending optimism that they're trying so desperately to cling to amidst the separation here. It's like they don't want to lose hope that there could be a place somewhere, sometime down the road for you. Because otherwise I feel like this Nine of Swords is really sort of almost almost a depression that they may have to sort of grapple with in life. You know, it's talking about the beacon. I'm being a beacon. It symbolizes the new beginnings and even the admiration that they have now for you, especially because I feel like in some cases they are watching you, watching your social media potentially. They still admire you physically. They still admire you for the person that you are, and they want to know, again, what you've built for yourself, what you've grown, or how you've grown, rather. This abracadabra card is like the magician for me. And it's a 34. It's this obstacle of needing to push through. It's a determination to see things through, see this connection through. And I feel like they have almost an understanding as well, because they do nothing but think. They're very intelligent, or they're very thoughtful. They think a lot, and they're very intuitive. And I think that because they have exercised this so much, they have a very kind of firm grasp on the purpose of things, and they feel like everything has a reason, and everything, it still makes them sad, it still makes them insecure, but they try to reason themselves out of that despair, which is a very positive thing, I think. Because even the Rose Garden card, it talks about someone who is very sensitive, somebody who's very aware of their surroundings. They cling to an inner strength. They have wisdom that they can draw upon. So that's what this person really feels like. So they have this understanding, and they're protecting this connection, but they're also protecting something else. So they protect this connection in a very special secret place that belongs only to the two of you, but they also are protecting something tangible. And in some cases, it could even be literal children. You can see she's got this fledgling up here. She's got a nest full. She's even got this big egg here. And I feel like this big egg is the potential that this connection has, but it's hidden. It's hidden. But there is everything there on top of the head. The head of the household is what I just heard as well. The head of the household. So that could ring true for someone. Let's look at some of their current thoughts of you. Let's pull some message cards. We'll start with the Eternal Message deck. What are their current thoughts of pile 1, please? I've thought about taking a trip with you. They fantasized about whisking you off, perhaps. I feel like their thought of you is so, like, constant. I feel like they're always dreaming up something. They're always dreaming up a scenario that involves you. I've become a better person because of you. You have changed me. And it's this, and that's what's interesting about soul connections like this, deeply rooted soul connections, is that it's through these connections, and sometimes through the difficult nature of them, that sort of sometimes forces us to reflect, forces us to look beyond the ego and what's sitting right in front of us, to see things from a higher perspective. So I feel like you've triggered this spiritual journey for this person. You've been a huge part of that, in the very least, and that's something that they're grateful for. I want to reconcile with you. I want new beginnings. Because look at this basket full of potential. Current thoughts of pile number 1. I'm feeling all of the consequences of my actions. They're kicking themselves. I don't want to say, honestly, I feel like sometimes their reflection is almost torturous because of that 9 of Swords. It feels like torture. They torture themselves. They kick themselves. I have been manifesting this connection. Back of the deck says, I miss being intimate with you. And that could be a physical intimacy, but it almost feels like less of that and more of a emotional intimacy for some. But for others, it was a physical intimacy. Let's get some thoughts, please, for pile 1's person. You make me hot. So for some, for sure, they were physically intimate with you. Or they just fantasize about it now. I'm trying to make sense of it all. Please give me time. The breakup was bad and I'm still healing. I'm afraid you won't like the person that I've become. And I miss you terribly. So yes, they miss you. Do you? Do you miss me? I think about you every damn day. I just saw, reach out to me, please. How are they thinking and feeling for pile 1? I can still hear your laugh. And third-party interference. That card won't resonate with everyone. Of course, I'm dealing with collective energy, but please take it as it resonates to your situation. Where have you been? It's like, what have you been up to? I want to get to know you again. I want to strengthen our bond. Because I feel like they're only going off of vibration, so they can only make assumptions or trust their intuition, which I feel like they do doubt because there's somebody who's always second-guessing themselves, perhaps. Let's get a charm, a charm bowl, please, for pile number 1. They miss you. They definitely miss you. They definitely care. What are some of their thoughts right now of pile 1 in the bowl, please? Missed the bowl. This is taking a long time, but they're trying to be patient amidst all of their responsibilities. And they're really regretful for the decisions that they made in the past regarding you. Decisions when it came to other people, decisions when it came to the lack of effort on their part, perhaps as well. They are taking their time right now because they are trying to avoid chaos in their situation. And also perhaps in yours, they don't know. I don't feel like they know 100%, even though they're watching you, trying to watch and keep tabs on you. I feel like they're unsure of your situation 100%. They don't want to cause chaos, but that's a little bit of a self preserving sort of convenience, because I feel like they're worried about their own situation as well. And some of the epiphanies I feel like came in about how they feel for you. It came in after a period of time. Let's see here. Number 1. All right, we have the letter P. Also have Aries and V and L. The letter H and E. We have feel, because I feel like you're not seeing this person at all, and it's just all about vibration. I feel like you can pick up on each other's energies. It's like you wouldn't be able to pinpoint it, but you may just out of nowhere feel sort of out of sorts. We have here the kitty cat, so Leo energy, claiming our independence as well. And we have the Queen of Cups and Aries. Queen of Cups can represent even motherhood, so there could be children potentially, so take that as it resonates. All right, pile number 1, that's what I have for you today, and I hope that it resonated with you. If it did, I would love for you to join our beautiful family here and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. If you do, be sure to drop me a comment below and hit your notification bell so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me and notify you if you're chosen the winner. I also offer a chance to win a free mini read on Instagram once a month as well. So I will post when that becomes available, but you should check me out on Instagram if you feel called to as well. And I have an Etsy shop for personal readings, and the link below will explain everything, I believe. If it's empty when you get there, it just means I have sold out from the previous day, but you can keep checking back. But I hope that you come back here for another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Take care. Hello everybody, in group number 2, you were drawn to the Yin Yang card, or to the piece of unrefined coal, and this is your reading. The Yin Yang card, the reading today is all about the person on your mind. Do they still miss you? Or do they miss you? Do they still care about you? What are their current thoughts? The Yin Yang card here says, creating harmony through balance. So you may feel like this person might be sort of connected to you in spirit as far as a twin flame or soulmate energy if you subscribe to that idea. You may even feel like there's some sort of unspoken connection that you can sort of pick up on their energy, pick up on their feelings, because her third eye is sort of very focused on the union. So you may even sense that as well. Now, when it comes to this person's energy towards you, I feel like I feel like there's absolutely no contact. And I feel like all they have to go off of is hope and vibration. Even her hair is adorned with all of this star energy. I feel like they think about you a lot. And they think about what they can do to transform the situation. So let's take a look at the tarot to get some information. Does this person still miss you? Or do they miss you? Do they still care about you? Pile 2. Do they still care? For pile number 2. We have the 6 of Swords reversed. And that's a sense of stagnancy. It's like, I cannot move forward. You may live at a very far distance from this person as well. And they feel like there's a lot that was left unsaid. So even from the first card alone, we have a sense of not being able to move forward, of being stuck. 3 of Swords. Knight of Cups. And we also have here, oh, we've got a lot going on. 7 of Cups. I'm not going to pull them all because there's a lot, but we have the 7 of Cups, we have the 4 of Cups, and we have the Death reversed. So we're going to put the Death down because that's we're just going to put them down. We have the Queen of Wands as the back of deck so far, and I haven't even pulled the full spread, and there's already just so much sadness and stagnation and focus on you. And yes, they miss you. And you may, as I said, you know, I think I said this with the first pile, that you may look at what's being presented here and you may say, well, those are my emotions, but there's a definite, you know, mirroring here of this energy that sort of is very similar to pile number 1, but this is more intense. Like, this feels more hopeless. And I don't want to say it is. It isn't hopeless. I don't believe any situation is ever hopeless. But there's definite confusion. There's definite feelings of not being able to move forward with this Death reversed. And being so, it's almost like, I don't want to use a word like obsession, but this moth and the draw of this beautiful Queen of Wands, I feel like they are very focused on the loss. And it's thrust them into a bit of a negative mindset even about it, because they're stuck in place. It's like they cannot move forward. They cannot. And the 3 of Swords is really deep sadness. Sometimes there's third party with the 3 of Swords, and we're going to clarify that in a moment, but that won't ring true for everyone. But what may ring true is this focus on loss and this hopelessness. It's like, I don't have power to change anything. They could be even keenly keeping tabs on you, though, because I feel like they're waiting for this opportunity to sort of piggyback on what they've already formed with you in some way. Like, they're very focused, and this cheetah is like, I'm waiting for a chance to better my situation. But right now I feel like I don't have an opportunity. So you may actually be partnered up. That may be a message that resonates with you. So let's keep going before we get too far ahead of ourselves here. So they are longing for you. So that would really indicate to me that they're missing you, that they do care about you. But let's continue to look at their current feelings. The 4 of Pentacles. They're thirsty for you. If you can look down here, I'm sorry, it's recycling day. If you can look down here in the corner, the little camel in the corner, it's like endurance and thirst. And I feel like there's almost a sense of like they have stored away all of the memories of you. Like, they have them all stored away and they think about them. That keeps them going in a state of, that's what keeps them going, period, so that they don't fall completely into this sadness. And they are very possessive over you. The divine feminine in this connection may be in a very solid situation that does not afford movement. And they may be very much aware of your situation if you are the divine feminine who is watching. Again, the feelings and the energies can be reversed. Can we clarify the 6 of Swords reversed, please? How are they currently feeling for pile number 2? The Hierophant. unable to move forward, perhaps because of an actual commitment in place or an institution that is in place for someone in this connection, because there is a sense of indecision and an inability to commit or move forward because potentially of that third party that I was speaking of earlier. And that's what's leading to this death reversed and the confusion and the need for just fantasy, because they don't feel like they have any weight right now in the situation. Eight of Cups. The Lovers. And I just saw the Three of Pentacles. It almost feels like it's being read to me. It feels like this person is aware of your situation and how you would have a choice to make. And they're not confident that you would choose them. They're not confident that you would, because I feel like you'd have to sacrifice a lot to go towards them. And I feel that that's what's really adding to this feeling of stuckness, because they, as much as sometimes we say, you know, they feel stuck and they do have power, this person really doesn't feel like they have the power. Maybe they don't. Perhaps all of it does lie in your hands. And so they're sort of just waiting in the wings. And you can even see this almost looks like a line of laundry and then this bird swooping in silently. It's like waiting for the chance to charge in when they see the opportunity. And there's the Devil, definitely obsession type of energy. And there's a heat between the two of you that they want to explore. We have the Three of Cups at the back of the deck with the Ace of Cups. And the Three of Cups can talk about friendships within this connection. So this could be a friendship from the past, that's where it formed. And it evolved into this codependency. It's coming across of like an addiction that they have towards you. So this goes beyond missing. This goes beyond just caring about you. This person almost feels I don't want to say over the top, but they feel a little bit kind of addicted. And sometimes it's like a moth to a flame, like it's to their detriment, because it's causing them sadness, it's causing them an inability to move forward in general. And it's kind of keeping them in a stagnancy as far as their own ascension, or they feel like they really missed the boat when it comes to where you guys could have ended up as well. And they really hope for new beginnings and reunions here and emotional new beginnings, but they see a lot of obstacles in the way. They see a lot of obstacles in the way. And they don't feel like they are the ones who have to overcome them. They feel like the obstacles might be on your end before that gate opens up. And it's like they're waiting for that gate. They're waiting for that day when they can come swooping in. What are their current thoughts of you? I'm sorry my throat is so like, ugh, it's been driving me crazy. We have mirror, mirroring each other, even with the yin yang. Self-image relationship reflects our wounds and introspection. Addiction, codependent obsession, possession, controlling, having a block and restraint. And that's what this person, they are stuck. It's not just I miss you, they are stuck. We also have separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, and unsure of the future. Back of the deck says talking, interested in conversing more. A weighted message arrives, text, call, email, hovering. And even this bird is hovering, waiting for a chance to swoop in, to use its voice and wield what it has to say. So it's like they're waiting for something to shake up in your life, so that they can have a chance. How are they currently feeling? Past life relationship, you have known each other before. And honeymoon, enjoy the holiday time of bliss together. The honeymoon card always speaks to secrecy for me. Secrecy and secret holidays. The moon is showcasing something that we're suppressing. And we have insane chemistry. There is a strong magnetic attraction here between the two of you. And that's because You may be cut from the same cloth. You may just be, you know, a very strong soul connection here that may have, you know, expanded many lifetimes. Oops. How are they currently feeling? Do they miss child to? Do they care? We have here all is connected. And I feel like there is a foundation in place right now, but it also feels like there's a foundation in place for this connection. It's like there's a perfect plan in place for this connection. And there's a perfect plan executing it right now. You could find there's like a lot of synchronicities too with this person. Like when you knew them, you guys could have similar birthdays, or there could just be some sort of similarities here. We have Under My Umbrella, and this is a beautiful card that talks about protection, even when it's to their detriment. It's like this guy's crawled up this giant bird's neck, and he's protecting it from the rain, despite the fact that this bird could reach back and snap at him, and yet he's still risking it for his friend to keep it dry. And I feel like there is this kind of obsession, addiction that they feel, and they know that they're stuck in place, and they know that they should move forward. They know that they should entertain other offers. They know all of this, that they should follow the winds of change, but they just can't, because they're trying to protect this connection. They're trying to make themselves available, perhaps, and ready for when you're ready, and when the two of you are on the same frequency. Let's take a look at some message cards of their current thoughts right this moment. What is this person currently thinking right this moment, please? For pile number 2. I just saw I want to start a family with you. I feel the same way. There is a duality, a yin-yang energy to this connection. I can't even look at you right now. And I really feel like that's why they kind of don't reach out, or they don't come towards you, because I feel like they're respecting something that you're a part of, and they don't want to cause conflicts and arguments in your situation. You have so many choices and options. You're the one with the choices and options, is what they claim. Six of Cups, I am absolutely in love with you. It's a beautiful energy when the Six of Cups comes out. It feels like friendship. It feels like youth. It feels like young love, like innocence. Somebody who really wants to be generous to you. And this person, it's like you're the focus. Your happiness would be the priority. And I feel like is the priority. We have here, love me. It's like, please just love me, for the love of God. And the other thing too is that with this starfish, it's this sense of healing and having to heal myself from something that has been a part of me that I've lost, because it can lose a limb and regrow it. So it's about something that this person feels like they've lost. It's a part of themselves that they feel like they've lost. We have reach out, and it's in the reverse position. That's kind of like the Ace of Cups reversed to me. It's like this person's stressed out, or they would reach out, but they're trying to resist that, because they're just, I feel like they're almost, again, they feel like they're in they're protecting something that you are a party to. So let's get these. What are their current thoughts for pile number 2, please? I wish I had fought harder for us. I wish I had made better decisions and opened up. I feel like this person really held back, or someone in this connection really held back, protected their heart. I replay everything that happened in my mind, obsessively perhaps. It's not good for them, and they know it. I wish I had been more honest with you. I knew the first moment I saw you, and I feel like that's what they wish they had expressed. They sensed it. I'm trying to become a better person. Back of the deck says, I am watching you from the outside. Let's get a couple of these ones as well. Group 2. What are Group 2's person's current thoughts of Group 2, please? Oops. You make me come alive when I think about you. I have so much to lose. Group 2's person, what are they currently thinking right this moment, please? I'm stuck in a karmic cycle with you. And they do feel stuck. The very first card that came out for you was the Six of Swords reversed. It's like I'm having travel issues. I can't move forward. I want you, I just can't. It's like they're waiting for your call. And this one as well. I want to reach out, but I'm scared. Back of the deck says, do you remember me? I keep hearing that song in my head. Do you remember the time when I fell in love? I keep hearing that song too. Group number 2, please. Whoops, big explosion. How does this person currently feel for group number 2? What would they say to group number 2 right this moment in the bowl with the tiny tarot? We have the Nine of Wands. They would say, I'm so frustrated. It's like, I'm so frustrated and I don't know what to do. It's like, I'm at a standstill because they don't feel like they have kind of a leg to stand on right this moment, and they're still holding on, and they're still holding on after all of this time. The Death is in the reverse. I believe the Death was in the reverse here as well, wasn't it? Yeah, which is that stuck cycle that they feel like they're in right this moment in this connection, stuck in that karmic cycle with you. The Seven of Cups is about confusion, about the fantasy that they hold, about the confusion, but also about how they are throughout this cycle, they're gaining clarity. Sense is sort of being restored to them. And things will hopefully come to light. They're hoping that eventually they can put down these wands. That's what they're hoping for. That's what they're holding out hope for, is that eventually the clarity will come in, the truth will come out, and they'll have some type of reunion with you. But right now they're holding on to that hope. The Nine of Wands is supposed to incite them to push back against the pressure and to act, but I feel like they're holding back for your sake for some reason. We have why, we have from and wish and am. We have a commandment from the Bible that says, I have to get it close to my eyeballs. I have to get it really close to my eyeballs. I'm sorry. I really can't read that. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Good Lord, that took me a long time. We have the clock. Divine timing may be at work here. We have the horse, which is a chariot charm, making a decision. I feel like this horse is in, fully running in run mode here. I feel like they know what they want. They know what they want, and they're being patient because of something that's deeply rooted in place for you. We have the peace sign. We also have a Minnie Mouse. Minnie Mouse, I think about, childhood, so they may have known you from childhood. There may also be a little girl or children involved in this connection in some way, at this time. Maybe you have children or they have children. All right, group number 2, that's what I have for you today, and I hope that it resonated with you. If it did, I would love to hear your story in the comments section. And I would love for you to be a part of this family and subscribe to the channel. Please hit your notification bell and your like button. It helps me to bring you guys more content. You can also check me out on Etsy and on Instagram. The links are below. But I hope that you come back here for another day at the Tarot Cottage. And I hope that you have a beautiful day. Take care. Hello, everybody. In pile number 3, you were drawn to the blue aragonite, or perhaps to the Temptress card here. Underneath the Temptress card, it says seduction, deceit, and a broken promise. So the topic today is the person on your mind. Do they miss you? Do they still care about you? This Temptress card, I feel like, really represents your energy. You know, I hate to say that, but you do tempt this person from whatever situation they are in currently. You are this temptress. You are the thing that would lure them away from whatever stable situation they may find themselves in at this time. So let's take a look at their current feelings for you. Do they miss you? Do they still care about you? Use the Wonderland of Tarot for you today. Do they miss? Group number 3. We already have the Ace of Cups coming out for you as your first card. So group 3, what are their current feelings for you? Do they miss you? Do they still care? Have they moved forward? We have here the 3 of Swords. And I do feel strongly straight out of the gate that there could be third parties involved here, whether it be on your side, their side, or a combination of therein. Particularly on their side, there could be a third party. How are they currently feeling? We have the 10 of Pentacles, yeah. And within the third party, there could be a solid foundation, which could include, you know, family, security. Do they miss you? Do they still care? We also have the 2 of Pentacles. And they claim to have a lot going on in their life. They're juggling a lot of responsibilities. We have the Hierophant. Back of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles. Can we clarify the Ace of Cups, please? The Sun. You could be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You could specifically, you could be a Leo, specifically. And there's something very alluring about you in this person's opinion. Very, very alluring, because I don't think that just anything would lure them and entice them with you know, curiosity and passion like you do. They definitely still care. They definitely are still interested, and they wish that they could have like an opportunity, a new emotional beginning with you, but there's so much in the way. I feel like there's so much in the way here. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And you can even see it's like this rabbit, it's being chased by Alice. It's like they can't escape thoughts of you. It goes around and around in their mind because I feel like they can't escape the connection almost. They can't escape the desire and the passion they have towards you. I do feel like they definitely still care. The 3 of Swords could indicate a lot of sadness too because of the separation. It is being supported by this Page though of Wands, and he's more fiery. He's more kind of carefree, more curious than anything, and really kind of being driven by his passions. You can see how this gecko, his eyes just look very sort of very focused. We have here the 6 of Pentacles. There's something really almost dangerous about you, and there's something about, like, I don't know if it's your smile. The Cheshire Cat smile for me has always been, you know, hard to resist. And there's just something about your smile. There's just something so alluring about you, but it almost feels dangerous, you know? It's like he's standing on the cliffside here, and if he keeps juggling this desire for you, he's going to topple over the cliffside there. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the 6 of Swords. So I feel like they think that there's some sort of unfinished business here between the two of you. And we have the Death card. They definitely wish that they could revisit things and get things off of their chest and have an opportunity to sort of cut everything or clarify everything between the two of you. This person is very focused on their responsibilities though. And we have this 9 of Swords as a back of deck energy, and that can be a really sort of torturous kind of energy. It's like, I want to put an end to my pain, my anxiety about the whole situation. I feel like there is a lot of, I don't want to say it's torment, this desire that they have, this temptation that they have, and their desire for you. But it's something that they see could lead to a problem in their life. Like, it's something that they can foresee not being able to resist in you. Like, that's why I feel like they keep themselves at bay, perhaps, because they don't trust themselves, if I'm honest. It doesn't feel like they trust themselves when it comes to you. Like, they wouldn't be able to resist you. And this Knight of Pentacles, you know, he's sitting here. It's almost, he even has a tray. There's like a sheep pan that he's tied around his waist in protection to guard himself along the journey. Because I think he realizes, or he or she realizes, that closure, quote unquote, here would not equal closure, would probably equal something more. And he wouldn't be able to resist that. But because there is potentially even institutions like marriages in the way here, they want to resist that temptation when it comes to you. Now, as I'm going to get some clarity here as I go, I would like some clarity on that Three of Swords, because I definitely think they care, like they're curious about you, but I want to get an answer on the do they miss you part. Do they miss, clarifying. Ooh. We have the Five of Wands and the Four of Wands. And we have the Five of Cups reversed with the Two of Cups reversed coming out. See, it feels like less of a longing and emotional sense in this connection, and more of a physical desire, if I'm honest. It feels more like they are driven by jealousy and want and frustration. It's like that's what they're driven by. It feels less emotionally based and more on the physical curiosity realm here, because they find you so physically alluring. And I feel like they want to put an end to that worry about the situation, because I feel like they do feel drawn to you inexplicably. But this person, I don't know if they're not very self-aware or spiritually aware, but they are showcasing themselves as someone very practically minded. And when we're sort of in that realm of, and that's fine, you know, not everybody's on the same level as far as their spiritual awareness or their journey, and that's absolutely fine. But because of that lack of spiritual awareness, it's like they tend to just focus on the physicality of things. It's like, I don't want to keep myself in a state of loss and despair emotionally, so I'm gonna focus on the physicality of what I'm missing. It's because they don't quite understand why they're so drawn to you. So they're like, okay, well, I'm so drawn because I'm so physically attractive. But there's something deeper that lies here. They just haven't explored that possibility yet, because they're still just grappling with the physical want of you. Here's the Six of Pentacles on the back of the deck as well. So it's they definitely care, and they definitely are wanting, but it doesn't feel like, and I don't want to say it doesn't feel like they're missing you, because they're missing this opportunity, but they're almost wanting to avoid it because they're scared of where it could lead them. We have here separation, time apart from your partners on the horizon. And I feel like that is very apparent here with the Knight of Pentacles. It's going to take some time for this person to make an approach towards you. For some, that approach will come. I feel like for some, there is the possibility of rebirths in this connection and new beginnings, but it's still going to take a period of time, because they're wrapping up all of this responsibility, and that's going to take time. We have chemistry, though. There is a strong magnetic attraction here, and it goes beyond the physical, but this person focuses on the physical. When it comes to you, they're very physically attracted to you, and inexplicably attracted to you when they can't quite put their finger on it, so they focus on that physicality. There's definitely a wanting, a longing here. How does this person currently feel for pile number 3, please? The Nightingale. Standing on that moon. The moon is a symbol of our insecurities and the things that we repress. It's like this person represses and doesn't mention you in their situation at this moment. They don't mention your name, but they keep it inside. We have the hawk, looking at things from a higher perspective, and we also have the elk. And look, the elk's antlers look like they're on fire. And you know, an antler, I'm not sure exactly how the elk works, and I'm sure there's probably an elk expert that's going to comment and say that I'm completely wrong, but I don't know how long it takes for an elk to grow out their antlers in those beautiful formations. And I know that white-tailed deer, it takes a few years for them to really grow their antlers out in these beautiful, huge formations. And the points of the bucks of a white-tailed deer, because that's the area I grew up in, signify, you know, how old the buck is. So I feel like this person's been wanting for a while, on fire for a while as well. There's an endurance about how they feel. And there's definitely a strong Leo energy too, because the sun's all lit up as well. So a definite focus on that Leo energy. How does this person currently feel? For pile number 3, please. We have the golden mirror, self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, and love bombing. Sometimes I'm a Leo, so sometimes, you know, we can be accused of being vain. So I don't know if this is, you know, how they felt about this connection in the past, whether or not they felt it was one-sided, and you were definitely the focal point at that point. So please take that as it resonates. They could be in the midst of a connection like that right this moment. That doesn't allow them to sort of walk towards you. We have abundance, keeping a positive mindset, manifesting exactly what you want with gratitude and bliss. And maybe that's why they don't allow themselves to fall into the realm of despair and missing and longing, because it's easier to fantasize and to focus on the physical nature of something than to thrust ourselves into the emotional work or the emotional loss that we have experienced. What are their current thoughts, please? Their current feelings for pile number 3. We have the flower spirit, number 10, and we have the observer. Back of the deck is my dear friend. Interesting, we were just talking about deer. And this particular card has a mate at the beginning of the deck that showcases this pair as children. So you may have grown up with this person. There may have been sort of many layers to your relationship. Look at how long this deer's antlers are. It's like I've held on for a long, long time. So there could be a long sort of wait between, or a big period of time between seeing this person perhaps. We have the observer card there. And the observer card, you can see she's got some dandelion plumes that are flying off. It's talking about silently watching and waiting in the wings, sort of waiting for change, being very patient here. And I feel like this person, perhaps maybe they were patient in the past. They're trying to execute that patience now. And they're very curious still about you, wanting to unlock some of the mysteries that they never got a chance to perhaps in the past. We also have the flower spirit card, which talks about friendship. And again, there's a very strong connection to the past here, or I don't want to say childhood, but maybe, well, for some childhood potentially here, but I'm talking like teenage years perhaps. It talks about a soul connection. And it talks about fairy tales almost, and the soul of each plant, and listening to your friends, and it's about enjoying life. And I don't know if this person is just trying to focus on abundance, focus on their responsibilities right now, because they are very determined to see everything through. And again, I'm still looking at his face. It's like I'm trying to protect myself from this temptress who has the power to lure me away from my responsibilities. But it's like they want to see everything through to completion. It's like they want to see what their responsibilities through to completion. They also want to see this connection through to completion in many ways, especially physically. They want to see this through. Let's get some thoughts from this person. What are their current thoughts of pile number 3, please? What are they thinking right this moment about pile number 3? You've taught me so much. I don't know where to put it. You've taught me so much. The Three of Pentacles, a foundation that is already in place in this connection from the past, but also perhaps foundations in place now. I'm focused on me right now, the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands sometimes acts impulsively towards desires that they really want. But they're focused perhaps on this responsibility that they have, which is what stops that Knight from charging forward. I walked away to find myself. And I want to look you in the eyes now. They want to see you. They want to bridge the gap between the two of you. This is all I have to give. The Page of Wands, this Page of Wands, their curiosity, their want, their desire, their fantasies. That's all they feel like they can do at this moment in time, because they feel like they're in this karmic cycle, perhaps, with you. Afraid to leap. Let's just do it. The Fool. It's like they wish that they could leap. But the Fool sometimes is very fearful of leaping because of those consequences. And the Fool can represent really young energy. So I feel like this person was really fearful to leap, especially when they were young. When the two of you may have first gotten together or started a friendship, because it is easier to fantasize right now than to make it real. And I'm still holding on. So they do still care. They do still have desire for you. But I feel like they're trying to not let anything get them down in that sense. They don't want to be stuck in that sadness. So they just have a real physical curiosity now that they focus upon. I shouldn't have doubted my intuition. I should have acted when I had the chance. And I'm so sorry. The Knight of Cups, back of the deck, says emerging idea, passion, creativity, initiation. The Ace of Wands. It wanted to come out reversed. And that talks about false starts and delays and setbacks to their plans or their fantasies, because they're in something. They're stuck in some sort of situation, and it doesn't allow them to act outside of it. But I feel like they're still they're holding out hope that down the road, after a long period of patience, that they can have new opportunities, new beginnings here, if they're patient enough. So they may have intentions of coming towards you in the future, but I feel like it might be far off. Let's get a few more cards here. Their current thoughts and feelings, please. For pile number 3. Trying to figure myself out. But it's memories of us that keep me going. We were friends first, and I miss that. It's like if we could turn back time. I just heard that Cher song. That smile, though, and I'm telling you, there's somebody here. If you're somebody watching has like an amazing smile, a Cheshire cat smile. It's dangerous, and it can wreak havoc, make people fall in love right away. In a perfect world, it is you and it is me down the road. They don't want to lose hope in that, because that's the dream. There's the Nine of Cups. Oh, that's the dream of new beginnings if they're patient, rebirths. So they don't want to lose that hope, because in a perfect world, it's you and me. But they understand the placement in life that they're in right now. I gave you the impression that I did not care. That was a lie. And this is taking a long time. This is taking forever. Soulmates, is that what this is? Back of the deck says, I miss you terribly. Do you miss me? So they do miss you, they claim. But the soulmates, again, it's like, is that what this is? It's like they don't have the awareness at this point. But they're always evolving. We're always evolving. I'm sure that epiphany will come in for them as well. Let's get a charm bowl for you, group 3. Charm bowl, please, for group number 3. What does this person currently think about right this moment when it comes to this? When it comes to pile number 3, please. In the bowl, we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed, the High Priestess reversed, and the Chariot reversed. Now the Ace of Pentacles, first of all, this High Priestess reversed is just exactly what I was talking about. A blocked intuition, someone who's doesn't want to focus on the emotional attachment that is clearly in place for them. The Ace of Pentacles is talking about a desire to reach out, but they're stressing about that for some reason. They're stressed out about reaching out to you because of what lies beyond the archway. So the Chariot shows a stagnation when again it is reversed. It shows a stagnation and inability to travel forward, to move forward, because we're doubting our intuition, because we're trusting in the ego instead of the higher self, for all of those reasons. But that's why tarot is kind of helpful, because we can look at these energies and say, okay, well, what can we do to shift and change it, to shift the present energy, to usher in new frequencies for the future. So let's take a look in the charm bowl. All right. In the charm bowl, we have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Wheel of Fortune here as well. This is a soul connection that existed beyond this lifetime, potentially. This person doesn't quite understand or wrap their head around that concept, but there's something here. There's a karmic cycle at play. We have a big wrench in our plans. We have the lips, which is a symbol of that seduction, the temptation. We even have Cupid's arrow coming in with love. It's like it shot out of the blue, and now I'm done. It's like there's nothing that can be done. I've been shot. And even the chili pepper is talking about that physicality of the Page of Wands and wanting to feed the curiosity. We have from and full, and we have the letter B as well. All right, group number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonated with you, and if it did, I would love to hear your story in the comment section. I would love for you to subscribe to this channel and join this beautiful soul family that we are growing here. If you do, be sure to leave me a comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading. And be sure to hit your notification bell, because that's how I will be notifying you if you are chosen the winner. You can check out my Instagram account and my Etsy shop for a personal reading, but I hope that you come back here for another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Take care.